Yo, what up? It's your boy Hustler88 and welcome to the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Otherwise, you shouldn't be a YouTuber at all. And plus, you shouldn't be a gamer at all. But nah, I'm joking. But this your boy Hustler88. But what I want to talk about is why do games get so much attention, but then when it comes to getting our hands on it, it's a downfall. Now, recently there's been articles that's talking about the Order 1886. Now, the Order 1886, like the graphics is like fire. Like it's so monstrous to the point where it's like you got to get out of your seat. Like you got to just go out and just grab it. But as for me, like I'm not really too hype about games that's coming out 2015 because when games come out that's overhyped and then when you get your hands on it, it's like, wow, what happened to this game? Like I thought this game was gonna be so good to the point where it's like, wow, this is a bad game. Like this is like the gameplay is like there's some issues to the gameplay. But when I saw the trailer of 1886, I was mind blown. Like I was like at awe. Like wow, like seriously, like they really need to put this on theaters. When I saw, if you haven't seen the gameplay of it, like I suggest for you to check it out. And if you haven't heard of 1886, The Order, I mean something's wrong with you. Like literally, like something's like you must be under the rock or something. But nah, I'm joking. But like the gameplay, like the story, I saw the story of the trailer, like it was so good. Like I don't know too much about the story, but at the same time, like the story of itself, like it's gonna be really interesting. But we have to wait and see what this game is about. There's some pros and cons towards the Order 1886, and people had played it and they would say it was just boring, it was repetitive. Some say it was nice. It feels like you're in London, like you've never been in London before. But 2014 was a good year, but unfortunately, you had all these games that was overhyped to the point where when they start playing it, it's like, say for example, Destiny. Like Destiny of itself, like it was a really good game, but at the same time, it has some flaws to it. And some people, like they criticize the game so much to the point where it was like it was just useless. Like it was no point of playing it no more. Some people gave it a 7.0. What's so funny about these fanboys is that these fanboys pretty much say stuff like, if this game is a 7 point such and such and such, I ain't gonna play this no more. This game is gonna be garbage. Like I'm gonna take hold to what the critics say. Just because the critics say something that's negative about the game doesn't mean you have to project the game as though it's evil. At the end of the day, we have to make our own judgment towards the game. At the end of the day, 1886 is pretty much like with the gameplay. Like when you first look at the gameplay, like it was generic. It wasn't like you watch and say like, I gotta go play this game, I gotta go buy this game. Like you were so excited about it. No, it wasn't like that. Like it was just so like your typical type of shooting game. But when it came with the sniping, like, oh wow, like, oh my god, like your jaw was like dropping. Like you feel like you getting ready to drop your jaw when you watch the scene where one of the protagonists, I forgot the protagonist's name, but actually like when you shoot one of the enemies, like they just fall like quick, like out of nowhere. And then you have some people that say that some of the enemies that's in the game, like while you shooting, like they are unresponsive. Like the AI is not like intelligent to the point where it's like they're not aware. But to this point, when I looked at the trailer, like the AI is really smart, but at the same time, like at a certain extent, they're not responsive when it comes to like when they're getting shot. Like they stay the same. Like they still not dying like quickly, not like really effective. Like when it comes to overhyping the game, you have to be really careful about giving too much prop about the game, because you never know what might happen when you play it, because at the end of the day, when you start playing the game and then if you don't like it, it comes to be a disappointment. But I hope and pray that the Order 1886 would be a really decent game, because you gotta have a really lengthy. I heard it's not supposed to be like the story mode is supposed to be like 6 to like 12 hours with the story mode. I'm not too sure about that. It's just a rumor. But at the same time, they don't have multiplayer, which is sad, because you know a lot of people are looking, when it comes to video games, like they want to play the multiplayer right away. They want to see how it looks. But unfortunately with this game, the Order 1886 doesn't have multiplayer, which it sucks. But at the end of the day, they have to step it up when it comes to the story. The story has to be long and the gameplay has to be decent. It has to be immersive. But I'm gonna post a link in the bottom description so you can actually look into it. The Order 1886, if you haven't looked at my previous video, I suggest for you to check it out. The Order 1886 is gold, so that means is that it's not in the process of developing the game, but the game of itself, like, is already finished. So they better make sure the game of itself is good, otherwise it's gonna be trash. I'm gonna say like, man, forget this game, I ain't playing this no more. But nah, I'm joking. But if it doesn't come out to be right, then you know it is what it is, because not every game is perfect. If every game is not perfect, then you have to really like look at the gamers, the developers have to really like read into the criticism, be able to take the criticism and be able to learn from their mistakes and be able to reevaluate what they need to work on. But just tell me what you think about this video. Do you think that the Order 1886 is getting overhyped? And what are your thoughts of games being overhyped, but yet when it comes to playing it, it's like it's a downgrade? But yeah, just tell me what you think about this video. Leave your thoughts, comment, like, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and please share it to your friends. I'm out. Deuces, please. God bless.